I'll quickly navigate to sign up section. Here we can see I have an endpoint to create user. I'll click on this endpoint and I'll copy this endpoint along with the URL. Once after copying this, I'll also copy the body. Create a folder, name it as user registration, and create an element repository. The type will be web services. Select the method as post. Paste the endpoints along with the API URL. Once after this, make sure to paste the header for post, and then moving to the body, we have different types. I'll select raw, and within raw we support JSON and XML. Now I have the JSON content as body. I will paste the body here. Now I'll provide the value, which is the credential, name, password, first name and last name. Make sure to provide valid email ID in order to receive the activation code. And here the password should not match the name, so I will just give it as test as of now. Now once after providing all required credentials, make sure to copy them and paste it for future reference. Now I'll click on save. If you want to make any changes, then we can click on append and we can make the changes. In the response we can see the status code is 202 and the user has been created with the user ID 107. Moving forward, once after sign up, I will activate the account. For that, here we have an endpoint to activate the account. I will copy the endpoint. Along with that, I'll copy the body and I'll navigate back to AWASHR. Since I have registered, I will get an activation code in my email. I'll also copy the activation code. Note, it is only validated till 10 minutes. Once after copying the activation code, I'll create one more repository for account activation. Here I'll select the method. I'll paste the API URL along with the endpoint URL. Now in the header, I'll provide the content type application or JSON. Because I'm using a JSON body, for the JSON body I'll paste and I will enter the valid email ID and the code which I got in my email. I'll save this and I'll send. We got a success message. When I navigate to response, we can see the account is activated, and in header we can see the status code is 200. Now that I have registered and I have activated the account, now moving on to our last process, which is logging. We have an endpoint to log in. I'll just copy the endpoint URL. Along with that, I'll copy the body. Navigate back to AWASHR and I'll create one more repository for web services, which is login. I'll select the method as post again. I will paste the API URL and endpoint URL. Similarly, we will need to provide the header. I'll select raw and type as JSON. Make sure to provide proper username and password. Username will be our email ID. Followed with that, I'll provide the password. I will save this. Now that I have sent it, here we can see I have got the refresh token and access token, and here also I can see the role. So this is how we'll make use of these APIs in order to generate the refresh token and access token. Copy this and paste it somewhere for future references. Now using this access token, we can authorize and access all the endpoints. Here we have the value where I'll provide the access token and I'll click on authorize. This way I will be successfully authorizing the Avolink multi-tenant e-commerce API, and moving forward I can access all the authorized APIs.